Well, good morning. And if you've got images that you are using in your WordPress admin, here's a quick tip using the new updates with the WP Buckets version 1.0.5. For example, here I'm going to grab this image from Unsplash, where you're allowed to grab images from. Great site. I'm just going to do a screenshot. Say I want a part of an image or the whole image. I'm going to show you a problem here and solve that problem. So I've taken a screenshot here with my computer and it just pops it on my desktop. And I'm going to go ahead and drag that in to my WP buckets, dropping it in there, and now it's uploading. While that's uploading, let's grab another shot. This time I'm going to grab an image, like a poster of a video here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to grab it like this. Just taking a screenshot. You might use Snagit or something else. And saving that. There we go, it just saves it to my desktop. I'm going to drag that one in as well. And you can see they're being uploaded. Now here, we got a new feature inside of version 1.0.5, and that's the thumbnail generator. So you can see here's the two images we just created. We've got the coffee shop here, and then we've got my screenshot from the video here. If I refresh the page, I've got fast internet connection, but they're kind of loading that whole image, and you don't really need that with larger images. To have this visual instead of the table view, the visual view is nice, but you don't want large images compressed loading like that. So we've got a new feature here called Generate Thumb, and with one click, it'll go ahead and generate a thumbnail there and replace that thumbnail with the actual image. And so let's do it for here as well. One click and you can choose which images you want to have a thumbnail for. And now this is a low resolution image that's going to show in my WordPress admin. And you can see the image size is actually 1.16 megabytes, but this little thumbnail is about 10 kilobytes. Okay. Now you can see I've got other images here that are very small. It doesn't actually give me the option to generate a thumbnail. This one's 4.9 kilobytes because it knows these images are so small you're not going to need a thumbnail for it. Alrighty, and now if I refresh the page, these are actually loading directly from my bucket. It's only loading that small image. Now, if I want to use these images on my website, they're going to be too big because with the screenshot, especially with the PNG format, which something that should be a JPEG or a WebP format, it's way too big. So I'm going to show you how to fix that in a moment. We've also got a new option here called Show Thumbs. So if you want to say, well, I want to see the thumbs. What thumbs do I have here? You click Show Thumbs, and now here we have the original, and here we have the thumb. Okay, so you don't need to see the thumbs when you're just going through the process, but you can come here if you wanted to delete the thumb. You can just go ahead and delete the thumb, and you still got the originals. And if you wanted to recreate those thumbs, let me just refresh here. You can see I'm getting the recreate thumb option again, and I can just go ahead and click that and it'll go ahead and generate the thumbs for me. Now turning off show thumbs, that's the kind of view you want to have. Now if you've got the Premium Pro version, then you've actually got an inbuilt super awesome, crazy powerful, and even more powerful now in version 1.0.5 image optimizer, which will actually optimize images for the web. So here, our first image is 1.16 megabytes. You can see it up here. I can go and open up my image compressor. And from here, we can actually not only compress this image, but we can convert it into another format. So let's go JPEG here. Now by default, it's already given us an 88% improvement. We've gone from 1.6 megabytes, 1.16 megabytes, sorry, to 137 kilobytes. Now I'd like to bring this image even down lower. So we've got, with the JPEG, you've got a compress slider here. So we can slide this right down and you're getting a preview of the compressed image, which looks really great. So you can slide this right down. It gives you a bit of a warning when you're getting into over compression. You're going to be losing quality. But we can get this down to 86 kilobytes. Actually, we can get it down to even smaller. We have another image format here, which is a new from Google called WebP. Now you might have heard of WebP image formats. Still, there's not a lot of support for compression. You can do it in Photoshop, but it's kind of tucked away. But here you've got it right here. So you just click WebP and it'll show you. It doesn't actually use the compression slider, excuse me. It'll show you the compressed version straight away. So it's gone from 1.16 megabytes to 62.5 kilobytes, which is a 94% improvement. So you've got WebP there as well. The challenge with WebP might be if you have a lot of customers or users that have really old browsers, which I don't think is really a problem these days. Then the older browsers may not support WebP. So a safe option is always JPEG. Alrighty, now we can even compress this further. If we open up here and expand it, we've got resize options. So you could give it a max width, for instance. If you know where you're going to be using this image on your web page and you think, hey, it's never going to be wider than 700 pixels and this image is actually 1160 pixels wide, you can put a max width here of 700. And now we're down to 37 kilobytes, a 96% improvement of this image. Now you have two options here. We can save it as a new, so we maintain the old version as well, or you can just hit save and it'll actually go ahead and replace that image. So there we go. We've saved it. We've got a new image here, 37 kilobytes, and we can also create a thumbnail for that. So we save size in our admin as well. Alright, so that is now included with the Premium Pro. So everybody's having a good time. We've got new features here for everybody. And if you have the Premium Pro version, then you've got these new improved image compression tools built into it right here.